Hi everyone, my name is Rodney. I'm here with Board Game Geek at GAMA 2020. I've been joined by Keith from Thunderworks Games.
Hey.
Always nice to see you, Keith.
Thank you, sir.
And you've brought a box with you. This is an expansion, right, for Role Player, and it's called Fiends and Familiars. I was commenting earlier that we've got a lot of stuff set on the table, but I can still feel a bunch of things in this box.
Yeah.
So there's a lot in here.
There's a lot going on in that box, that's
Keith,
for sure.
You're so generous, Keith. You always give everyone a lot of stuff.
So, so this is the second expansion for Role Player. So, Fiends and Familiars, you can play it with just the base game, or you can play it with the Monsters and Minions expansion, which is the first one. And this adds a bunch of new stuff. Not only kind of more of the stuff that already exists, so that you have more variety, but also a handful of new mechanics to kind of.
But you are getting some more of the characters and things from the base game.
Right. So you'll get 4 new boards. So we have 3 of them on here.
Yeah.
And they were I think half of them were voted on by backers during the Kickstarter. So in the controversial penguin race made it into the game. But
a penguin race? Okay, fantastic.
You never know what you're gonna get.
There was real controversy over
there. There was quite a bit. But
board gamers.
So I think there's like 13. No, there's 17 races in the game now or something.
Wow.
It's a little ridiculous. But anyway, so we've got new boards. The namesake Fiends and Familiars. So the Familiars are these additional boards, and they go above your character. Yeah, exactly. There's I want to say there's a few that aren't here, so I want to.
There's a lot.
There's a lot, 15, 17, something like that. So it goes above your character sheet.
Oh, okay. This is I see.
So this is kind of set up. So and then you've got a new attribute row, which gives you a unique ability that nobody else has.
Right.
You're also trying to get certain colors and certain numbers in these slots. And you notice these dice that are here are a little bit different than your standard.
I didn't want to say it because I was like, am I just forgetting? And I'm going to look like a dummy if I ask about why the dice look different. Okay,
so
good.
These are a new type of die. These are called split dice. So there's 15 in the box, and these are those 15.
Yeah.
And they go between 1 and 4 instead of 1 and 6, and they each count as 2 colors simultaneously.
Wow, all right.
So they give you much more flexibility in some areas, but they kind of give you some restrictions in some other areas.
So if you play with this expansion, you have to use these dice?
Yeah.
Right?
So these get thrown in the bag. I guess. I've never thought about that, but
That's what I'm here for.
Busted.
The tough questions.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if the expansion, you're going to try to include. I want you to include everything.
Yes. Right.
So there's like 12 new classes. There's a bunch of new backstory cards. There's a bunch more alignment cards. Everybody's got their own familiar that has a new power, and we're hitting our numbers and our colors. And as a result, you've got more spaces. So one of the things to make sure that we don't just add more 3 rounds to the game to make it longer is. During the first half of the game, or we put a cut card that's into the market deck, and then at the beginning of the game, you pull 2 dice each round because 2 get rolled on each initiative card. Yeah. And then when you hit the cut card, then you go back to doing 1. So you still get like a normal. Wait a second. What is that? What is that?
Sorry.
You basically at the beginning of the game now you take 2 dice per turn, and you get to activate one of the ability on one of them. So you keep the play length reasonable.
Right.
But you still have more dice to manipulate, and actually kind of that. Picking 2 dice at a time is actually kind of an interesting decision as well. Yeah. So the other piece is the the Fiends, which is this part. So
I was noticing that you said something cut card, and I thought, well, I look like I'm seeing a cut card here.
So these are the initiative cards, and these on top of them, these are the Fiends. So they come out of a deck, and they basically go on the highest value dice that get rolled out each round. And basically, if you take that die, then you get that Fiend, and the Fiend makes your life more difficult. Right. So, for example, this one says, cannot gain gold from placing a gold die, because usually you get 2 gold pieces.
Yeah, some kind of restriction here. Yeah.
So now you have the restrictions. You have to deal with this thing. So you're taking the highest value dice, but you also get this thing you have to work around.
Yeah.
There's a couple ways to banish Fiends. One is by spending charisma tokens, which you get for completing putting dice in the charisma row, which is like just kind of builds up the utility of that component.
Where are the charisma tokens? Are those somewhere like?
No, they come in the base game. They start in the space.
Yes.
They usually give you a discount in the market, but now you can use them to get rid of these guys.
Get rid of these Fiends. Gotcha.
And then you can also get rid of them by paying them off. So.
Okay.
So there's a brand new set of what are these called? Minion cards. These are new monsters that you can fight during the market phase. There's a bunch more of these ones. And then you've got all new market cards. There's another 30-something of those. Wow. And then we've got a brand new set of monsters. So the Monsters and Minions comes with 6 monsters.
Yes.
Fiends and Familiars comes with 6 monsters. It comes with a market or adventure deck for all those as well. Yeah, man. We got, like I mentioned, more backstories. And
I like that you find ways to incorporate new elements into things that are already here. Like, I think this is just really clever.
Oh, thanks.
Right? Like adding on a new feature to this part, which we already had a market.
Right.
And now there's something extra for you to think about. Or we're adding on a familiar, and it's just attaching nicely here on the top.
Right.
Right?
It's kind of like
going along with your character.
You know, like learning how to play this, learn the new rules for the expansion are like super minimal. Like once you know how to play the base game, these things just slot in real easy.
Right.
You know?
Right. So this is available now or coming soon, or what's the timeline?
We're finishing up assembly, so hopefully with the situation in China, we're hoping for June currently. So
right, of course.
Hopefully
dates are very much open to interpretation right
for
now,
sure.
right?
So the plan is that backers will start getting it in the beginning of June, and then it'll be available for Origins.
Excellent. Okay, Keith. Well, I'm sure people who backed it are excited for it. Those who didn't are probably excited for it now too, because I know I am. This
cool.
looks awesome. Thank you so much for the overview, and all of you, thanks for joining and watching. Bye now.
Bye-bye.